Like even the guerrilla marketing we used to do, I used to put yard signs out.
Boy, you better say the word.
You know what I'm saying? Like I would put yard signs out strategically in the hot spots outside of churches on Sundays. I put yard signs out on Friday evening after 3 o'clock because I knew the city wasn't going around grabbing the yard signs and picking those up. So I would put them out and pick them up on Sunday evening before the city came back out on Mondays to grab and throw away everything. So when it comes to marketing and advertising or promotion, all that's different. Like especially with radio, I want to speak to the radio piece because a lot of people do radio marketing wrong, and a lot of people have been doing it wrong. So the people that do radio right are the ones that you hear with the call to action or that short code during the commercial. The ones that be like, text the word such and such to blah, 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 blah for your chance to, but the people that just put the ad on the radio and hope that people go hear it and do what they say, no, those are the people that's kind of hoping the radio ad bring in the money when you're supposed to bring in the money. You got to take the data that you get from that radio ad and tell the people what to do. So not only did the people hear what they heard on the radio ad, you now got to take that data, put it in the CRM, and tell the people what to do. Not just when they hear the radio ad, but anytime you press send on an email or an SMS message. And then this is the last point on the radio, right? We got rich off radio. When I say we, I mean like me and my team. We got rich off radio. That was one of the ways that we looked different and appeared different from everybody else. Even before we had a lot, it sounded like we had a lot on the radio. If you're an artist and you create a single and people see you at the grocery store, you see people at the grocery store and you hand somebody your CD, if they go listen to your CD, the next time they see you, they're not going to treat you no different. If you walk up to somebody and say, hey, I just made this song, I even made a visual for it, I just put it on YouTube, go watch it on YouTube. When people watch it on YouTube, the next time they see you, they ain't going to treat you no different. But if you put your single on the radio and everybody hear your shit on the radio, the next time they see you, they going to want to take pictures with your ass. They going to want to follow you on the gram. They going to want to do those different things because where people meet you is how they treat you. And radio still got that stamp of approval that some of these platforms don't have just as much. But if you do have to do radio, do it with a short code and then also do it the right way. You can get the spins, you can get the ads, you can get the spots. We started off doing overnight spots where it was like real cheap, and then we started doing the drive time spots. But to not do the radio right is doing it wrong. So that's it. Advertise right, and people gonna beat you where they treat you.
Yeah, when you want, like what I want to get in there.
Wait a minute, hold on, for radio, you are absolutely right. There is still a calling for radio because some people can't afford satellite radio in their vehicles. It's still levels to this. Everybody is not pushing all this money they claim to, and they're not willing to spend the money. So you're right now. But let me say this, as a sales manager for an African American radio station,
Pandora, Sirius, satellite.
if you do not have a plan,
There's so many ways to market on radio, local radio.
it's not going to save you. Now, my job is to put that out there and advertise it. That's what the job of the radio station is. That's the point of it. I don't care if it's on Spotify, I don't care if it's Apple Music. That's their job. You want to tap in to their listeners to brand your event or your business. That's it. Now, if you're doing a party market and everybody know who you are, everybody and their mama gonna show you. I just did 2 comedy shows back to back, which I think is probably crazy, but hey, it's okay. We did JJ Williamson because we're part of the radio station. That was my leg up. And then I just did Jesse McDonald. That was another leg up because it was his 24th anniversary. And when I tell you there was not one person in this city that did not know about that event, and that was only one radio station. So imagine with a 6-month push or promotion, radio can do it for you. But keep in mind,
People say radio dead. I disagree, man. The way you do radio is dead.
take interest in.
Radio is alive.
Thank you.
All right, so like we got an opportunity.
Radio's not dead, man.
Is the what, Jonathan?
at all. Now, if you're in a small town, maybe radio is affordable. But if you're in a major city, these radio stations are corporate owned, and they're expensive as fuck.
I just said
So,
The idea is to do radio strategically. You don't do radio year round. You do radio when you're supposed to. Black Friday,
right, that is,
you know, back to
depends
school.
on what's
because one, let me say this, it's going to take a lot of frequency. You have to do it consistently. It works for parties. It works for concerts. It works for the club. Right? For those. So it really depends on what business you're in. I'm certain businesses. You don't want a club, it can work. But you gotta have something that's gonna capture people. Most of the time, that's gotta be, entertainment related. Like, I wouldn't advertise a restaurant.
A grand opening? A grand opening, Jonathan?
It depends on your market, right? I think that, it depends on your market what the radio ads are, right? I don't know. If you're in Atlanta,
John's trying in LA. It's still $100
where?
out there. How much are they out there?
No, not at all. It's high.
200.
Nah, I mean, it's 500, 600, 700 commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, you either got to pay for the spot or you can pay the MC. You can pay the MC to say what you want them to say too, Si.
Yeah. I mean, I have a relationship that I've been advertising with KJLA like 30 years now, right? So I have different prices, but there was a time I was spending damn near $200 grand a year in radio, right? But for the average person, digital buys are much more
Jonathan.
affordable.
Jonathan, you was on the phone. You was on the phone when I just made this point, bro. So right now, right, you just said you spend all this money on radio over the years, right? And I have too. I probably spent millions on radio. Who knows, right? But what I was saying is, just think if you'd have spent that money on radio with an actual short code or call to action. So if you got your radio ad going, because for us we got a jingle, right? We had a She's Happy Hair jingle where people know the jingle. Every time they hear the jingle, they know that's our song. Go buy some hair. What I'm saying for you is if you add that short code where it's like, hey, Jonathan's Barbecue, we open 7 days a week, even on Sunday, 7 to 7. Text the word BBQ to 888-111 for your chance to win a free rib sandwich. Man, if you'd have said that at any point in time on any of your commercials, that'll change your family tree. You know what I'm saying? Because you get all that data, and once you get all that data, you put it in the CRM, and instead of you spending that money for the radio to talk to those customers, now you pressing send and sending that same ad and flyers and commercials and all that shit to the customer, to the palm of their hand. That draw customers and foot traffic back into your store.
Marcus, what CRM do you use?
But it's there's two.
Go High Level, Klaviyo, Slick Text. I use a lot of shit.
Well, there's two things. One, when I first started doing so that's relative. But we definitely got data from everybody. We got emails.
That's important.
Text messages. We did all that. The short code on there, that is a good idea. But for, restaurants, short code's not a bad idea. We did short codes for all our other markets. But in terms of radio now, I'm not a big fan of it for small business. And that's why, as a whole, if you listen to radio in LA, you're not going to hear a lot of small business on there.
You do though, bro. Jonathan, think about it this way. If you got hamburgers or you selling hair like me, and everybody's selling hair, and everybody on IG, and everybody on Facebook and everybody doing the same thing, you have to differentiate yourself. I guarantee it that one of the reasons why I'm a millionaire right now is because of the radio ads that we've been doing since 2012. That's a piece of it. It's everything else too, but I think that matters. I'm in Houston, Dallas, Atlanta, Detroit. You know what I'm saying? We're everywhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, I don't know.
It goes by your product too.
Right. I don't know what radio costs there, but here radio is very, very expensive. It's the second largest market in the country. So our radio ads buy much more.
Yeah, you're right about that. Some cities got like multiple radio stations, but I know LA, they got the bigger.
I mean, and don't get me wrong. For here, it might work, right? Like, you might have a product that's very good for radio. There might be a lot of profit in it, and it works because it's engaged customer. Black women here, hey, we got women here. That's maybe something that piques people's interest, but not everybody has a product that is in demand as much as hair.
Jonathan, look at Mimi for an example, right? So Mimi do hair, right? Mimi's a stylist. It's stylist on social media. It's stylist with Google My Business pages. If Mimi posted on the radio, you know, we got boho braids, buy one head, get one head free or something like that, she'll be booked and busy. You don't think so? Mimi, what you think?
What I'm no, because
Well, but it's a product that the listeners would, that's a product that listeners would like.
she would be spending as much or more than she's making.
But that's a product that women listeners will purchase though. Y'all have to be mindful of the people who are listening to radio. The majority of the people who are listening to radio normally are women. Because that's where they get the majority of news in their cars with their kids and all that stuff. So for her selling hair on radio, because I'm in radio, that works for this little bitty old country town here. It depends on the product, as I said earlier. It depends on what state you're in.
That works for my business. We was like, she happy.
Right, I agree with you. I think it also depends on the radio market and
Absolutely.
how much those ads are. How much I like you said, product, the market, and how much it's going to cost. Is radio in New York, LA?
It's going to kill you.
There's no right.
It's going to kill you.
Thank you. That's the part.
Yeah, New York, LA, and Atlanta. All of them crazy.
Right. And but
Yeah,
that's
but
the thing. Most people are
Atlanta got like 6 black radio stations.
and then the people who wanted to do an event, they don't put in their budget like, okay, I'm an event.
Yeah, so that's the benefit of some cities, right? Some cities, you got one leading radio station, and then some cities, you got a bunch of radio stations to choose from where people are listening, they're cross-pollinating. You know, you got some listeners over here that also go over here. You got some listeners over here that don't listen to that radio station. So once you find that sweet spot when it comes to the radio stations, you invest in them. You get them some money so you can transform their listeners into your customers. That's the goal. Transform their listeners into your customers. How do you do that? You pay the radio station to play your ad. Not just to play your ad, but to also play your short code. Either at the beginning or end of the ad.
I'm just a one person, but when I hire, I have to start really marketing. I market. I don't say I don't market, but if I really, really did the market like my homegirls do, but they got cash, so it's different. Yeah, social media does well with the hair industry. So you could be overwhelmed with clients and inquiries and all that.
I forgot what I was talking about, man. I have to go ahead and
You have to be mindful of your product. That's business. And most beauticians, social media would be good because a lot of women, we are on social media and we're always looking for the cutest hairstyle. We got an event to go to tomorrow and we don't want to do it. So that's a great portion, which is one of the 25 ways of advertising.
And see, the goal is to be where the customers are. You got to be where your customers are. If the customers are on social media, then you got to be there too, looking like you open. If you on there but you ain't posting, then you ain't open. Ain't nobody gonna give you no money if you ain't posting in 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't. And then on top of that, like the marketing, advertising, marketing, promotion, once you kind of understand the difference between all that, like an ad, you can't spend money with an ad. An ad is like, check this out for later. Marketing is like, check this out, look at this, touch this, feel this, give me some money right now. It's like going to the grocery store, this grocery market, the festival, a market, the marketplace. When you go to the marketplace, people got money in their hand, they ready to spend, and they ready to give it to you if you got what they want. That's marketing. But when it comes to promotion, it's like, hey, we're going to say something to you, and I want you to get up off your seat and come over here and come on down to the what's the name for Black Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. We want to promote you from one spot to the next. So a lot of people, when they kind of mix in, everything is under our marketing umbrella, but advertising, promotion, and the true essence of marketing is totally different. But when you're doing all of that with no short code, that's when you wasting money. You throwing money at the wall. If you doing all that marketing and you ain't collecting no data while you marketing, meaning like if they don't give you some money, you still supposed to collect their data in the marketplace. If they see your ad and they not coming to spend with you this week, next week, you still should be retrieving some data from them, from their advertisement. And the same thing with the promotion. In order to get people to go from one spot to the next, if they not moving, you can still give them what I call a whiff them, like a what's in it for me, where it's like, hey, if you text the word happy to 888-111, we gonna give you free hair for a year. And then what that does is that promotes people to grab their phone and do exactly what their call to action is. And if they respond to all them call to actions and marketing, advertising, and promotion, your family tree gonna change, man. You gonna get rich. You gonna dump all that data into your CRM. You gonna watch the money come in, and you gonna watch the conversations happen, and they gonna turn into dollars. It's like magic.
Marcus, what class would you take if you want to learn how to edit videos and things like that? Edit videos, use AI for videos and stuff. What class would you take?
Mine. I would go to my Instagram page, Marcus Bowers TV, and I would DM the word data, DATA.
I already got you.
Yeah. So if you Yeah, because I use the same AI tools. Because the thing is, even right now, when it comes to editing, right, you don't have to learn how to edit like they did way back when. There's so many AI tools. You can create a video, right? I'm creating content right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to chop up and edit later type stuff, using video AI and Cast Magic and all these other AI tools where you don't.
I downloaded one AI tool, and it was cool. I was like, oh, this is cool. And then when I was trying to save it was like, you got to pay again. And I'm like,
oh, yeah. That's how they get you. Yeah, that's how they get you. You got to make a decision if not, if you want to use the tool or not.
Oh, okay. And so you pay for the app with the AI, which is so cool, the video I made. And then I pay for the app to have the app to make those videos. And then I have to pay to save the video, to use the video. So I didn't know if it was a rip-off. I didn't know what I was.
Man, so look, Mimi, here's the thing. You're going to have so many tools that just came out. And the number one tool that you want to learn how to use is ChatGPT, right? And then after you learn how to use that, you can learn how to use the rest of the tools, because all ChatGPT going to teach you is how to prompt, how to talk to the AI. Once you learn how to do that, you get introduced to all the other AI tools that's going to allow you to kind of pretty much do whatever you can think of. Like whatever you can think of on Earth, you should be. Remember when Apple came out and they was like, there's an app for that. Whatever you can think of, there's an app for that. Now there's an AI tool for that. So whatever hurdle you come across in life, you could just Google, and there's probably an AI tool for that. And what's going to happen is they're going to introduce it to you, let you play with it. But when it get to the, can I download this or keep this and, edit this, they're going to charge you for it, because they know how life-changing some of those AI tools are going to be and how life-changing some of them are. So you don't want to invest and spend money on all the AI tools. Just get you about 3, 4, 5 of them that, that's going to make your life easier every day, and then let them take the little money out your account monthly, because it's gonna be worth it. If you don't have the AI tools, then the people in your industry, like I show people how to automate the conversation, right? For hairstylists, makeup artists, lash techs, If you only doing hair and providing the service, you don't have time to talk to people and grab the phone and respond to texts and all that. But there's automation tools that allow you to still provide that customer service when you can't. A lot of people don't know that they exist.
Yeah, I have that too on my the little app that I have in my social media app, and that do help. But I was saying because you said that you had, I thought about you and you convinced me. I said, let me get this AI tool, and it was cool. It was so I guess it was the chat GPT, and it was to have my mouth moving and giving education to my part about velocity and everything. And I'm like, okay, let's get a full video. And then it was like, okay, download. You didn't have to pay again to download the video. I was like, oh. But I was like, I didn't know. But I still got the app to do it. I kind of did want to do some editing. So, thank you.
I'm going to drop one in the chat. So I just dropped video AI in the chat. That's one of them I've been using for a little while. And again, it just allows you to take a long form piece of content and just chop it up into a bunch of pieces and stuff. So a lot of these tools, the same way we learned how to use social media and AI, Instagram and Twitter and MySpace and all that, we just got to, put the same time into some of these other life-changing tools. Any of them that's going to make life, like I said, easier, better, help you achieve your dreams, them the ones you want to kind of become an expert at. If not, you got to pay somebody else to be an expert at it. It's just like with Google, like SEO, if you have a business and everybody's talking about marketing, advertising, and promotion, SEO is a big deal. But SEO is really a big deal for people that didn't, learn how to use these different platforms like Google. Like if you didn't learn how to use Google like you learned how to use Instagram, then you're going to have to pay somebody to run your Google My Business page and make sure your keywords are what they are, because, we're learning how to use the wrong tools. We're learning how to use tools for fun versus to create. So, yeah, that's it.
Hey, I got a question, though. I was talking to a club because I have an online magazine, so I'm going to start doing, different things to promote it. And I found the club that would let me throw events there, and she had told me that she'll let me curate events. And I'm just wondering, what is curate?
That means you're gonna coordinate, bro. That means you're in charge. So to curate an event means you plan it out, you do everything. Curated by event, sponsored by, not even sponsored. When an event is sponsored by somebody, they just kind of pay some money and put their name and logo. But curated is you are the spear. You're spearheading the event. You're in charge of everything, bringing the people, the staff, the planning, the timing, the food. We just gonna give you the venue. So it's when you have a custom shell, when you try and go get a building or a space, before you customize that space, it's just a shell, right? And so once you customize that space and you have a customer experience, then when the people come, they consider customers. But before you do all that stuff in that space, it's just a shell. It's just a space. It's not even a customer experience. It's not a customer. There's no nothing, right? But for you, it's just a space until you curate something from that space, So you gotta do everything. The chairs, what she said, you got as far as help or support. Anything that the venue doing to support you.
Well, they still got they got the club and everything else like that, and it's we'll pay you a couple times out the week to curate a few events, whatever you want to do. So I was like, okay, because I was trying to ask her, can I just rent the space from her? And she was like, well, we'll get the bar and you can just curate it and we can figure something out on that end instead of you paying us for the venue itself.
Yeah, so it's a lot of ways that people do those bar deals and stuff. I'm not the expert in that, but that's one of them, right? A lot of times people just want to make the money on the bar. So that means you can get the door or not charge the door. You can charge for parking or not charge for parking. You can charge for sections. That's how people jump into the promotion industry. It's you could curate an experience here. And so you got the alcohol, you got the bartender, and the door is open to whoever you want to come in, and let's make some money from this. They only want to make money from the bar. So with that, you can have like drink specials or whatever to bring the people out to convince them to come out during the week or on the weekend. It's normally during the week when they're doing this type of shit. So if that's the case, if that you jumping into promotion, it sounds like, brother.
Yeah, basically, I'm just trying to like throw, like like YouTube or Vice, something like that, would throw an event just to promote, or Red Bull, they would throw an event to promote their brand. So I'm trying to do stuff like that to push, let people know I direct music videos and they can get their stuff. I can write articles about their events and different things.
Hey, the deals that they be doing is they'll do like a bar guarantee. So they'll say like the bar got to make $1,500. You know what I'm saying? Then you start making money. Then you don't have to pay no money up front. That's why they do bar guarantee deals, to make sure they make up their money of their staff, whether it be security, whether it be bartenders, waitresses, all that. So a lot of spots do bar guarantee.
Hey, so this is pretty cool. I think I'm still on live.
Pay up money up front.
So we're gonna see how this works out today.
That's the difference between the two.
As you can see, I am live,
20 years, so I ain't paid for it anyway.
and I'm gonna stay this way.
Probably like 7-8 years. I get things for free in LA. I've been doing them so long, and I have great relationships. But so yeah, that's what the bar guarantee is.
So you in LA, right? Okay, so cool.
Yeah, I'm in LA.
Because like I'm based between Atlanta and Houston and in LA. So my thing is like this, right? I want to start throwing mansion parties eventually in the hills, stuff like that. But
Make sure I get an invite, man.
The dead ass, and we can. But this dude told me, he said start small at smaller venues. So then before you start paying that $3,000 to $4,000 for the mansion party.
Yeah, I've done a few mansion parties myself, and the backlash that you can get from mansion parties